told me once that um that you
I
shouldn't
can't hear you.
complain. Oh, can you hear me now or no? Or it got
Yeah.
worse? Oh, okay. Um, and but I heard a guy, he said that you shouldn't complain because half the people that you're complaining to like enjoy what you're complaining about, like the fact that you have those struggles, and then the other half don't care. So I was like,
Most people don't care in general.
yeah. So what's going on, man?
Not much. Just fucking grinding away.
Yeah, bro. I just yeah, bro. I mean, like, I've just been watching, your content for the past like 2, 3 weeks or whatever, and I finally actually went to your profile. Not like too heavy. I've probably seen like 5, 6 videos. I watched a little bit more before the call. Um, but I mean, yeah, you've definitely been in the space like a while, bro. And then, but it seemed, and like that's why I was so confused when I only seen like 3,400 followers, because it just like where you're speaking from, it just seemed like, you're, at least I'll tell you that you're presenting yourself well, and as like
Oh, thanks.
a good authority figure. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting to see a lot more followers. Um, what did what were you? Where's the? I know like a little bit about kind of your story, but where were you an analyst at?
Oh, yeah, like my past life. I worked for a company. I mean, I was an analyst at a bunch of companies. I had like a 15-year analytics career. I was in pharma, and then I was in cons- cosmetics. I was head of analytics at a big cosmetics company for like almost a decade.
Gotcha. That's crazy. Um, and then so then when did you? Because I read some of your Substacks.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done anything like this, bro. Like this is like the first time I've ever like reached out to try and talk to anybody, and so like I don't really have like the craziest structure of what I'm trying to do.
Whatever,
I
dude.
was
Let's
just trying to,
fucking chop it up.
I was just
Cool.
trying to fucking rip, bro. Because I feel like
I prefer that too, honestly.
cool. Because I felt like if we kind of just like started talking, there would be that one thing that we were just like, okay, let's kind of like we could probably start to hammer down on something.
Yeah.
And but I did I did enjoy your 98 2 uh, one that you had written out. Um, the post Pareto.
Oh, post Pareto principle. I
Yeah,
haven't written anything in like over a year, honestly. But like now that I'm like making videos, I'm getting a lot of followers on Substack, and so I'm like, okay, maybe I should start writing again. Post Pareto's principle, though. Yeah.
I think
What do you think about that?
so. I think it's I think it's right. Um, I think like one of the differences that I wrote a couple of notes. Hold on here.
Are you in the 98 or the two?
Um, I I mean I used to, I before I was jumping, in Pareto's in the Pareto principle, I was jumping between the 80 and the 20 quite a bit. Um, I had I was like I was a head case, and so like I was just in my way a lot,
Yeah.
and so I'd have months where I would have you know I'd make 40 grand, and then I'd go 8 months with $0, and
Yeah.
then I would just like get back drinking, smoking, like just doing stupid stuff, and so, but the couple of notes, I got the page pulled up. The couple of notes that I did want to kind of like chime in on, if for whatever it meant,
Sure.
is that I think that it may get smaller for a little bit, because have you heard of the Innovator's Dilemma, like the book?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
And so I was basically saying like I feel like it is going to be 98 too, but only for like the next 3 to 5 years, and then once the installation phase is like laid in, then the 80/20 will come back because now there's a new set of rules,
Yeah.
that people will start to play by. And so then
Well, I agree.
I don't think it's post Pareto, but I think Pareto's in a standstill in a current moment. And I think the 2% doesn't necessarily, I don't think the 2% is going to come from the 20 either necessarily.
Hmm, that's an interesting take. Yeah, that's
I,
true. Probably
I,
could be true. Yeah.
I think
People with
there's,
weird skill sets could just like all of a sudden become super important.
dude, I went from, I mean, I'm barely, I mean, I'm saying went from as in like a month ago, 2 months ago, just like a door to door salesman to, uh, I started my own business, like with Claude's help, but it was mainly off of like service based stuff. So it
What
wasn't
is it?
like,
What do you
uh,
do?
so I, so part of my story, so I guess I'll kind of tell a little bit of my story. I basically got heavier into AI and all this different stuff because I had a roofing stint where I did like roofing sales for door to door,
Okay.
and I made like, praise be to God, like 60 grand in 2 months, and the guy didn't pay me for like 90 to 120 days, like past due when he owed me, and so like I was just tired of like not owning my data. I was tired of like not uh, like having control over like the situation. And so I basically started like a marketing company that sold lead packs, but via door to door. So I would go and get door to door leads and then just sell those lead packs.
Oh,
And these
interesting.
people were paying me up front because now because I made myself a cost to the business.
Yeah.
And so now I got paid up front for my door to door stuff. And I was making 60%, or sorry, I was making like 40% less. I was making about 60% of the money that I would have made if I just sold it, like per value, metric.
Uh huh.
But I was doing like 5 to 10% of the work that I was doing prior. So it was much more scalable. But, but then that kind of even bottlenecked because I had like a 100% closing ratio. Like every company wanted me to do it. So then I was like, okay, now I'm almost getting back into what I left, which is just like, I'm going to be knocking my life, I'm going to be knocking my life out. And like, sure, I'll make like 40 grand, in a
Why
month
not
or
hire
whatever.
people at that point? Get hire a team of knockers, and now you're like you have the deal flow.
Yeah,
Connect the pieces.
no, I know. And, but I just was like thinking about it and I'm like, I just trying to build a door to door team is like, it's just not, I mean, I've done it 5 times, like I've built 5 teams that have, gone up to somewhere between, 5 to 15 people and then zero. And then, I just kept like, doing that or whatever because I was doing that. I'd have a 40 grand month and then I bounce and no one would see me for 6 months.
Yeah. I
And
guess it's a
so,
tough job, but like
yeah,
it's like a revolving door job too. I would
a
assume.
hundred, 100%. And so then just like, getting into AI and all this different stuff. And so then I built an app, like a CRM for myself so that I could knock multiple services because all of the CRMs are just for like one company.
Yeah.
But I'm this like one person, so it's like a new niche. So it's like great. So I made my own app and then as I started to learn more about AI and like I started, so that's like what I wrote my book about. My first one is that like I kind of like realized that there's an AI era that's like happening, and the the 98% of people that are going to take part in like the 2%, which is still going to be a massive amount of wealth, uh, are playing like the .com era, but they're just playing it better, faster, cheaper with AI. Like they're using AI as a tool to disrupt the current like state, and in reality it's like a new railway. You know what I'm saying? It's like a new
Yeah.
foundation of business.
Yeah.
So like sure it can disrupt stuff, but it's like there's just a new way to play.
Yeah.
And so that's like what I'm trying to go towards. And basically I'm trying to create I'm starting to test it and everything now. The technical part of things are obviously going to be the tough part for a vibe coder, but basically what I want to do is it's still for training purposes. Like the CRM kind of like transformed into something else as I kind
As
of
it
like
always does.
as I pivoted and pivoted and pivoted to try and future proof and future proof and future proof.
That's the
Um,
funny thing. Wait, can I just make a point about this? Which is
please,
that
please go ahead.
like because I've like I don't know how many apps I've built at this point, but like and like this is the trap of AI. This is like the canonical AI trap, which
Yes.
is that like you start building something and you're like, this other thing would help me grow. And your future proofing is a good way to like explain it. It's like this will help me grow, this will get other businesses, and then it turns into a marketplace. And then if we like snap on these other features here, we'll get that customer cohort. And then what does it back into? It just backs into like a general purpose AI agent model that like does everything. And it's like
Yeah.
you can't have the do everything app. It's actually, and the way to make money is to do the exact opposite of that, which
Yeah.
is to use all of this AI power and funnel it into one little feature that works so well that like it's undeniable that people have to use it because the LLM can never do that one thing so well. And like we're all new to this space, we're all new to coding. We're like, oh, I can do this. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Right.
I always think about this like Bezos quote where I see this video like every day on Instagram where he's like, one of his executives is like, Jeff, you have enough ideas to kill Amazon because he
Yeah.
has so many ideas and you can't do them all. And I fall into this trap every single fucking day,
Yep.
which is like, I have so many ideas and they're worthless. Ideas are absolutely worthless. Everybody has a
Yeah.
fucking idea.
Yeah.
You execute on it.
Yeah. No, that's that, and that
You
was something
avoid
that I.
it. Like, can you just put blinders on and just do one thing? That's
Yeah.
the skill set.
No, I let like that right there was a. You can try and re-say it if you want, because that's that sound bite that I'm talking about that you could grab from stuff like this, where basically what I had wrote down was like literally all of the power has to be directed at a single point,
Yeah.
not all the power allowing it to do all the things. It's
Yeah.
gotta like you gotta like harness this power into like a friggin' arc reactor, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and like
Exactly.
and that's like what powers the business obviously, and so that's I mean that makes me feel, and I mean I put in I mean I applied to YC because I saw a video from the YC guy and he was like just why not apply and just
Yeah.
increase your chances of getting lucky, and I
Yeah.
was like that's of course. So like
Of course. Yeah.
I wrote in the application like I know I'm a vibe coder and I'm 5 times less likely of getting picked because of you guys, but
No, don't say that.
I'm 1,000 times more likely than getting picked than if I never applied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like it's not a bit like I mean, it doesn't matter. They know that data. It doesn't matter if I say it or not. You know, like, but
What's
yeah, like
what program did you submit for? Or like what
so the one that I was explaining to you, because basically what I'm trying to,
CRM?
it's so yes, it's a,
Give me the
it's a
pitch. Give me the 30-second pitch.
Okay. So basically, what I said. So all right. So what's going on, Brian? My name's Seth. I'm the founder of Dog OS. Dog OS is a sales enablement platform that fixes and is built for the very people that failed me for 9 years straight in my door-to-door career. So the biggest problem with training inside of door-to-door, Brian, is that I would give you a script to learn, and you probably would learn it great. You're a smart guy. But what you say at the door when you're nervous is completely different than what we do when we role play. So what's actually happening at the door and what I'm being told that we need to train on are two different things. And so just like AI, a manager that doesn't have context is useless. We'll be training on things that you don't need to work on. And so what Dog OS allows you to do is make sales queryable. So there's a transcription feature inside of the CRM that records the pitches at the door. And then it's going to transcribe these different features. Then on top of, so now we bring in AI. And so what it's going to do is it's going to analyze these different scripts so that now I can say, out of the 51 sales that we made last week, how many started with this opening phrase? And so now we can start to dissect and say, hey, 90% of your sales came from this opening phrase, but you're only saying it 20% of the time. And so now we start to get this delta of what needs to be fixed and how I can actually help you as a manager.
What are you using at the point of sale to record?
The phone. So
Okay.
it's inside the app. Like there's like a little record button.
But the salesperson has to have their phone out when they're knocking on the door, obviously.
We always have our phone out because we're showing people stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're all and then like I was thinking about maybe doing like one of those necklaces or like pairing it up to glasses or like getting one of those, trying to do a hardware part of it. But I was like, but that portion right there that I kind of told you, like that brain OS,
Yeah.
that is the technology that I have in a CRM right now, but I don't want to play the CRM game. It's the technology inside of that I can hopefully deploy into other CRMs
Yeah.
and allow that training to start happening. And so there's a lot of cool ways that I wanted to monetize off of this. Basically, like allowing your brain profile, your sales brain profile, to be something that can be like downloaded from other reps. Should you make it public?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, and basically it gives the rep that works at a company, like it now allows him to be a company, and it gives him power, and it gives him his own data, and it gives him like an asset that he gets to sell, or like, bro, there's companies that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a rep to come over with their team of 100.
The top rep. Yeah.
So it's like, you know just pay $100 a month and you can have my brain, and it obviously,
Can you
there's a little
teach
bit of
that though? Because I feel like a lot of salespeople, it's like, I guess you can teach scripts, but like, can you teach? I don't know. I've never been like a sales guy,
Mhm.
but like a lot of it's just like, do you want it bad enough? Do you care?
Are you talking about the sales guy or the customer?
The salesperson, because like you're selling sales, right? You're
Uh,
selling
Sales
sales
training. Yeah,
sales performance,
yeah,
and like a lot of it I feel like is like emotional, and it's like not necessarily like the script, and it's like the brain, but like what is behind the brain? It's like, well, did you bring energy? Did you look them in the eye? Did you like smile? Did you have good body language? I feel like there's like more
yeah.
that goes into it than like, did they say these words in the right order?
Right. And so that's where like the recording part would come in, because then I would be able to tell if like their voice is flat, or if there's no inflection, or your verbal pacing's off, you're speaking way too fast, like these different things. Um, but yeah, I mean, the part about it though is a lot of the anxiety and like stuff that makes sales hard is because you feel like you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So if you saw like data that like, so there's this guy named Alec Meese. He's like the top alarm rep, and it's like, dude, you've got Alec Meese's like script. You know what I'm saying? And not just his script that he wrote out and is like, here's what I say. It's like the script that he's recorded and has been transcribed 100 times,
Yeah.
and like we formed a one script off of those 100 scripts, because they weren't exactly the same, but this is like generally what he says.
So how are you going to deploy this thing and out into the world?
Um, Basically, I was gonna just start pulling on my contacts and cold calling and trying. So I have one guy that's actually, I have a test person, and that's my 9:30 hard stop.
Do you have a script for cold calling for your own business so that you can dog food your own product?
Um, I say that again.
So like you're selling sales and you're doing sales to sell the sales. Are you
Yeah.
recording your cold calls as scripts so that you can sell more of your product?
Um, I did not uh, think to do that, but I was going to be dog fooding my own.
Oh, I just lost you. Yep.
Whoa. Hello. You
Yep.
good? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, am I back?
Back.
Okay, sorry, I got a call. Um, but no, that's a good. But basically, so I have two other businesses that I sell. Like I do merchant services, and then I own a like a local publication. I guess is the best way to call it. It's like a local newspaper that I sell ad spots in,
Okay.
and I go like business to business for those. And so I was gonna eat my own dog food with that right there, and I was gonna be recording myself pitching in person. Um,
Okay.
but uh, but yeah. So but yeah, but that's basically like I'm trying to basically effectively do what happened in the call industry and like bring it to door to door. You know?
I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like I thought about that analogy after I pitched to YC, and I was like, fuck man, that would have been the best thing to say to them.
But wait, this is already. I mean, obviously, this has already happened in the call industry. Um,
Yes.
and there's like a product that does this already in the call industry.
Oh, I mean, there's tons of AI like coaching tools that like record your phone calls and like coach you or whatever. And there's like even stuff that like listens to you and gives you like
Oh yeah, like Cluely
rebuttals.
sales, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like rebuttals of like what they should say to that.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
So why would I use your tool versus one of these ones that already exists?
Um, that is a question that I have not done enough research on. I haven't done enough competitive analysis. I just know that there is a lot of things that do something very similar to like what I'm doing. I
And
just
then,
haven't used those products, so I don't know how easy it would be to use it on the door.
so and then secondarily, you know, why wouldn't you just use your product? This is what happens to me all the time. It's like stuff turns into an agency. Why would you just use your product to scale a team and then keep it to yourself and then just like do amazing sales and then just like have the biggest door to door sales team in the country?
Yeah. No,
Based
that
this like
is
proprietary data and training system that you've developed. Like that's to me like that's the company. Where's like the most margin? You're gonna sell more.
it's for consulting. Like this is a like a Trojan horse to get a bunch of sales data and different stuff like that, and then be able to sell like McKinsey report type stuff, and like have a community where like a monthly membership can be had, where I get on the call once a month and basically say like this is what we're seeing across everybody, and like these are the scripts and these industries that are working the best right now. These are the updated scripts from the best or whatever, and like kind of do these like monthly calls, like inside the dog community, like the dog park or whatever.
Yeah, the dog part,
Um,
of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah, and so because yeah, like that's like the thing that everybody like wants to be in the door to door industry is a dog. They're like, oh, you're a
Yeah,
dog
yeah,
park.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
dog. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I really have prayed a lot to where it's like, please don't let me be like delusional. And just because I built this thing, I think it's cool. Like I'm trying to do market research. I'm trying to figure out a lot of these like questions that you're asking, because I don't want to like, I don't think just because I'm doing something, it's cool.
Be delusional. No, be delusional, but then also like do the work and do the research.
Yeah.
It's important to be delusional because like you can talk yourself out of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you're obviously entrepreneurial and smart and like you're learning this shit at a rapid rate. And like the hardest thing to do, I think, when you're like smart is like I see both sides of everything. And so like I always see the downside. And it's like being an analyst too. It's like very, very just like you're looking for the holes, you're looking for what's wrong, you're constantly like looking for negatives, and you have to kind of just like have the blinders on and be like, no, this is like what we're doing, but you've absorbed all the things that could go wrong, and you just kind of like say like, no, like those aren't going to happen, or they could, it doesn't matter, you're just going to
Right.
like power through. Like I know people like tell me about my business and they're like, oh, what did you think about this? Or like, yes, I thought about all of it.
Yeah.
And like, why are you doing it this way? Well, you don't understand. Like I have a path and I know where I'm going. And like, I know all of the players in the market and I know who's good at what. And, and like, there's an end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel here.
Yeah.
but you have to be delusional about it because like any number of things can like sideswipe you or just like curb your energy. It curbs your enthusiasm, and if you curb your enthusiasm, you're fucking cooked. So
Yeah.
like being delusional, keeping your energy high,
Yeah.
and like working towards this goal while like absorbing all like the things that like could go wrong. To me, it's just like super important.
To to kind of like affirm what you had just said, like Winston Churchill said that success is, or a formula to success, or something about success, that it's going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, that's cool. Yeah, and like that kind of not necessarily, but I looked over here and it reminded me of your 98 2 thing or whatever that yeah, like there was Will Smith mentioned something like that where he had
Fresh
said that,
Prince, Will Smith.
huh?
Fresh
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the give me the Fresh Prince quote?
He
Winston when Winston
he
Churchill, the Fresh Prince. Exactly.
yeah, dude. He said he was talking to somebody.
You're muted. You're muted now.